Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Going to be working on my 2012 EcoBoost. For the past few months now, I've been noticing I've been losing coolant. So I'm going to show y'all how to do a coolant pressure test. These EcoBoosts have a little bit more plumbing than, you know, a standard vehicle with the turbos and such. Luckily the intercooler's an air to air. It's not the best for performance, but it's better for longevity. But anyway, moving on. I don't know if it's the coolant's evaporating, if we're losing it in the engine, you know, such as a head gasket issue, or you know, if they're leaking into the turbos. So hopefully this pressure test will tell me what I need to know and go ahead and fix it. So let's get started. All right, so here's my coolant pressure tester. This is a real cheap one from Harbor Freight's. I think $80 or $90. It's got all kinds of different adapters for your coolant reservoirs, and then also for a standard radiator. So I got the engine warmed up. If you don't have the engine warmed up, you're only going to be testing basically your radiator and hoses. With the engine warmed up, the thermostat's open, we're going to be testing the entire cooling system. So first thing we're going to do is relieve a little bit of pressure. Relieve the pressure out of the coolant reservoir. Go ahead and take it out. Then we got to find the right adapter. I think it's this yellow one. Yep. Alright, so got it all pumped up. Didn't film it, it's pretty boring. Got it right at 16 pounds. That's what the cap's rated for. And I'm going to let it sit for about 10 minutes and see if we drop any. But just, you know, if it drops, get you some soapy water and just check all your fittings and the cap, and, you know, make sure that, you know, your rig isn't the thing leaking. So all right, well, we'll come back in about 10 minutes. All right, so it's been about 10 minutes. We haven't moved on pressure, so the entire system's holding pressure. So what that's telling me is probably my coolant mix is a little off. I replaced the coolant probably, I don't know, last year, and I probably was a little bit too heavy on the water, so the water's probably evaporating. When I take this off, I'm going to go ahead and put just concentrated coolant in to top off the reservoir and, you know, get the balance back. But that's just something to remember, because it's not like older vehicles that ran a lot cooler. You know, they would only run maybe 180, 190 degrees at the most. These modern engines run around, you know, the 210, 220, 230 range, and you know, that can evaporate water. So all right, well, I hope this was helpful. You know, one thing to do when you have this pressure tester hooked up, you know, inspect all your lines, put it on a cement pad or something. The shop's pretty full today, but yeah, check all your coolant connections, everything. And, you know, if you do have a leak on any of your external plumbing, you know, it'll be on the ground and you'll be able to see it more. If it's, you know, head gaskets or you know, some other internal kind of leak, that would have to require further investigation. You know, seeing if you got coolant in your oil in the coolant, you know, etc., etc. But all right, well, until next time, y'all have a good one.